Hello and welcome to Side B Podcast. I'm Professor Icepick. I don't know what I'm doing. Please help. Am I alone here?
Don't talk.
I'm Jordan.
You're new here, aren't you?
I'm Jordan too.
Oh God, you
This
both
is
have
gonna
the
get
same
confusing.
name. That must be embarrassing for the two of you that you both have the same name.
Very embarrassing.
Harry.
I cry myself to sleep every night because of it.
We're just gonna call Psych Jordan, and Jordan will call you Jordan too. How does that sound? Does that sound
Yeah,
fair?
it works.
That sounds fair.
Just call me Hal Jordan because we were just talking about that.
Oh yeah, we'll just call you Hal.
I'm a giant fuck up.
You're Hal from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh yeah,
You're Heisenberg. There you go. We've done it. So yeah, we have a new voice. I was about to say new face, but
the voice inside your head.
doesn't. Yeah, a new voice inside your head tonight. I'm sure we are going to traumatize some people when they hear that in the podcast. Which surprisingly is getting more listeners than I was expecting.
cool.
Right, Psych?
Yeah, it's actually getting a lot more downloads than I expected for 5 episodes.
I mean, you said we're in the double digits. I mean, that's something.
There we go.
That's got to be something. That's great.
Soon
is-
to triple digits.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh shit!
it's at 85.
Oh
Cool.
god, yeah, we're close then. Okay, so today we are going to be talking some Star Wars.
Some Star Wars.
We're gonna go see it.
Wars.
We're going to go see a Star War.
Master Chief's my favorite Star Wars character.
I was always a fan of John Luck Picard. John Luck Pritchard. Sorry, I mispronounced that.
My favorite Star Wars character was always Napoleon Dynamite.
Cool. It's a good one.
And my
It's a good
favorite Star War was
one. World War II.
Spaceballs.
Oh, I love
That's
Spaceballs.
fine.
That was my favorite Star War. Spaceballs.
My favorite Star Wars character would be that bald guy who Xavier.
Yeah. He's good too. I mean, I don't know why people keep on confusing him with John Luck Pritchard, but I don't see the similarity at all.
Which timeline?
Oh, fuck
Oh
yeah.
God! Come on.
I like the
I know I like that line too, but it's just,
I like the movies. The not so much the second one, but the third one I saw, Beyond, that was pretty good. A little silly.
God.
But you know who wasn't there though?
Who?
The guy with the pointy ears.
Oh,
The old one.
Yoda?
Yogurt. I think you're talking about Yogurt, and he does not have the pointy ears.
Oh, brother.
God, should we actually just like?
Yeah, we should stop bullshit.
Let's stop shitting around here. But
We
that
lost
was
all
fun though.
85 of your viewers now.
Exactly. We've gone down. They've been erased.
You got
Oh, man.
native.
They
They've
just
been
left.
they unviewed.
They're like,
They
this Jordan
unviewed.
guy is not funny. He should just leave.
I can do this podcast by myself.
God.
But which Jordan are they talking about?
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Anyways,
But yeah, Star
yeah,
Wars.
Star Wars.
Rogue One came out recently.
Uh,
So in order to be timely, we're gonna talk about The Force Awakens.
came out last year.
It came out last year. You're right. Man, we are doing this podcast way too late, you guys. I don't know.
A little bit late.
I mean, it came out last year, Jordan. I mean, we're kind of behind. It should be coming out on DVD soon if it came out last
Throwback
year.
review.
We'll be out in time for the DVD release on VHS, Betamax, home
Does
video.
anybody still use pay-per-view?
I do not.
My dad does. Does that count if they're old? Like,
I mean, it
Yeah, I
does
mean,
count. I mean, I still.
I mean,
have
I
the
do
landline.
sometimes on my Xbox. Like, oh,
Well-
man.
Are we talking about sports events or movies?
Oh, I'm talking about movies.
Oh,
Then you're
that's-
old. Then you're being old.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not a problem. I listen to ska still.
I also love ska. I love ska music.
I'm a bad man.
This podcast is weird for me because actually Side B in general is weird for me because I'm like the oldest person in it.
How old are you?
I'm like 28.
Oh yeah,
I'm an old man. I'm an old man here. I'm talking to you, you darn kids, with your MP3s and your skateboards and your Game Boys and your play boxes. Your play boxes. You play in your play box.
I was listening to a song today, and it had the term "knuckle sandwich."
I love that. I've always loved that term.
That's a good song.
I was. It wasn't what you thought. What you think it was. It was a song by Filthy Frank. He released an album yesterday.
Album.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's actually doing like legitimately good.
Yeah, it passed.
iTunes stuff.
It's number 2 on iTunes.
Oh man, does that mean that they've got more than 85 viewers? Because that's gonna be a blow to me.
It is without a doubt one of the most surprising things I've listened to. Really edgy stuff right there.
I can believe it.
I should listen to it. I haven't been a big fan of Frank's like recent stuff for like the past year and a half, but I'll try it out.
Check it out, man. It's pretty good.
I used to be really big into Frank, and this past year and a half of him, it's just been like, eh.
You're like you got out of Frank when I got in.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Frank since like 2012, and then like this past year, it's just been him sort of messing with his friends, and it's like, it's not the stuff I really liked.
What parts did you like? Did you like Pink Guy?
Yeah, I liked the characters and like just how like it was him just talking to himself, and it was like it was completely stupid, but it's funny at the same time. Like,
oh yeah,
I really love the story stuff because it's like it's so absurd that this dumb YouTube channel about being gross and shit would have like this epic story to it.
There has been a lack of him doing the characters this
It's
past
just
year.
him like messing around with his friends, and like I'm cool if he wants to do whatever he wants with his channel. It's just not for me, really.
Are you still subbed?
Oh yeah, I'm still subbed. I have too much like nostalgia for it.
I mean, he did
a YouTube channel.
He did a video of Chin Chin. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw it. It was okay.
Was it right? All right.
I guess Filthy Frank podcast now, by the way.
No, we're talking about Star Wars. People, don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave. Don't go. Don't go.
Icepick wants to talk about The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I do want to mention something that I realized like recently. Like,
as I was, Awakens is still good.
As I was taking a dump, as I am wont to, I often think about things. Then I realized something the other day. I realized what the exact moment where I thought that Rey was a Mary Sue was, and it is surprising, because it's like most people they go like, oh, it's the bit where she magically fixes the Millennium Falcon. And at first I'm like, yeah, maybe, but not really. And then it's like...
Han Solo could fix it just by fucking smacking it.
He just smacked shit. Well, Han Solo was Space Fonzie, Jordan. Does that reference date me too much? I'm an old man.
I've never seen Happy Days, but I understand it.
All right, but no, he's Space Fonzie. He's Chewie.
Then he jumped the shark.
Exactly. Yeah, he jumped the
space. He jumped the shark before he was born in the Phantom Menace.
Exactly. And then other people say, oh, it's because she beat up Kylo Ren, who had just had a fucking laser crossbow in his arm, and then got the shit kicked out of him by Finn, and then he gets the shit kicked out of him by Rey. Yeah, because that's unreal. He got beat up by 2 guys before he gets beat up by...
One of the said guys is like 50 guys put together.
Exactly. Chewbacca was amazing. But no, I realized the exact moment where she crossed over into the Mary Sue territory for me, and it's very weird. It's very subtle. Okay, remember when they're coming back from their mission on Starkiller Base?
Yes. And
it's like then Leia just like straight up hugs her.
Yes.
That was the moment, because I'm thinking to myself as I'm thinking back to this, hold on a second, fucking Chewbacca, the man, like the Wookiee who has been Han Solo's friend for like fucking forever.
And hers. Even her friend, too.
And her friend, too. He's like second banana to fucking Rey come lately over here? No! No, that's not how that works.
People have complained about this before, but I've never heard it compared to the like Mary Sue thing. This actually makes sense.
That is not Mary Sue.
Okay, just hear me out. Hear me out. I have a logic to this. Okay, but like, how important was she to either Han Solo or Leia Organa's life?
She was sort of important to Han at the end.
Well,
No,
yeah,
but,
if you're
like-
comparing the
yeah,
two, if
the
you're
whole
comparing,
I understand.
yeah, if you're comparing the relationship between the three characters, then yeah. But I have no idea how.
Okay, let me explain
Go
how
ahead.
that works. See, most people when they think Mary Sue's, they think overpowered or
Yeah,
shitty flaws, but there's another dimension to it. It's
Magically
like without
good.
that, Ray could have just have been a poorly put together character, right? That moment is where she crossed into full suit territory because the Mary Sue is also, despite being a fanfiction character, somehow incredibly important to the universe of the story.
Yeah, I get
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so the guy's best friend and the guy's wife, and it's like, okay, so someone who's known him for like a couple days is the most torn up about him and needs to be comforted the most. Are you kidding me? No! That is not how that works. No! It's not like good logic, but that's my logic. That is, for me, the moment.
Honestly,
where she
I
crossed
prefer
over.
that for the Mary Sue logic more than the other bullshit people be saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the other stuff, okay, maybe they didn't give her enough flaws to compensate for doing all that cool shit. Okay,
But she's
yeah.
the main character. She's supposed to be over the top.
she's gonna
shit.
fail next movie.
Wait, that
Watch.
I am hoping. That is how they redeem her. She has to fail. She has to lose.
Do you actually not like Ray? I really liked Ray.
Ray was my least favorite out of the. How many new characters do you
Are
count?
you counting Poe?
I'm counting Poe.
You're counting Poe?
I'm counting Poe because
I
Only
like
counts the
Poe.
movie.
I
But
like
can't
Poe.
even
He had no
say-
development, but I
Yeah.
liked him.
I like him, but I can't really say like I like him more than Ray.
It's, that's
like,
what. Okay.
you don't really know him.
Okay. Not counting Poe. Is that 3 then, or is it 2?
You count BB-8?
BB-8 is not a character. What?
He's
my
more of a
favorite
character than
character.
Poe.
He's more of a character than Poe. I'll give you that. But it's
I
like
love BB-8.
I love BB-8, but okay.
You count
All right.
R2 and 3PO characters?
Are we all right then? In that case, are we counting Kylo Ren? Okay, my real question here,
You got
what
a
I was trying to
Zord
get,
racist over here.
what I was trying to get at was, are we counting Kylo Ren as a character?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah. He is. An
I would
extremely-
still say,
Okay.
even with all of the people, even Bear's thing, Rey was probably my least favorite character, just because I didn't really gravitate toward. My favorite one out of all of them was Finn, though. So
I
Yeah,
like,
Finn was good.
I'm with you, Jordan. I love Ray. I love Finn. I like Poe for the amount of time he appeared. in
I
it.
don't
I
think there's
agree
a... Okay, I didn't really like Maz. I was about to say, I don't think there's a new character I didn't really like, but I wasn't too big on Maz. She was weird.
oh, you mean
Oh, I
the
didn't like Maz.
CGI
I
one?
didn't, yeah, Maz was a.
That was
Someone
I don't
who-
count her. I don't count her as a character. She doesn't count as a character. She's a CGI puppet. I don't care.
She was actually going to be a puppet, I heard, apparently.
Yeah, well, that would have probably have made her more of a character. She was.
Honestly, I agree. It would have been cooler.
It was sad. It's like they were making a big deal about how this actress was in the movie, and then fucking CGI puppet. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means the world to me.
I don't know if you noticed, but in the bar scene where they meet Maz, every other character is like a fucking puppet.
I know.
Yeah.
Practical puppet, and we see this fucking CGI thing.
And it's not even like the CGI just made her look weird.
Yeah, the CGI for her wasn't that good.
Like-
the CGI in like the rest of the movie is really good. but
I
for her-
hated the eyeglasses thing that they get, like the fucking magnifying
Yeah.
glasses, eyeglasses. I hated that shit. That shit pissed. She had tiny little eyes, and then she gets these big old fucking
Yeah.
giant ass eye lenses, and then I'm just angry about that.
Yeah, she was off.
I mean-
She's gonna be the next one, so hopefully they like make her like better.
Having said that, my second favorite character was General Hux.
Oh, Hux was
Hux was great because it's like Kylo Ren is just the screaming crybaby, and then you got like fucking General
Hitler.
Hux is like, oh shit, I'm on babysitting duty again, aren't I? A fucking Darth Vader cosplaying ass nerd over here screaming at his fucking skull, which I bought him from a souvenir stand on Tatooine for $5, and now I gotta do this. It's like, okay, where's Kylo Ren? Oh, apparently he's bleeding to death on the snow planet.
I'm not one for falling into the cycle of, oh, I love it, then I hate it. No, I mean, I love the main characters, Rey, Finn, BB-8. I also like Kylo Ren to an extent. I know his
He's
flaws.
awesome.
I like
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's flaws, but
He's
love
a
Kylo
he's a
Ren.
fucking. It reminds me of. I remember, like 10 years ago. So you guys were probably still in the womb at this point, because I'm an old man. I'm an old man. They did this parody of the Revenge of the Sith trailer. And they had like Anakin Skywalker before he turned into Darth Vader. He was just this silly goofball talking kind of like this. I'm the most powerful Jedi ever. Just shit like that, and I'm just like, holy shit, that's Kylo Ren.
I mean, I really like that about him. Like he was scary as like a villain when he's like actually trying, but then he takes off the mask and he's like a poser.
Well, I kind of see where you're coming from, but see, the thing is, he was always a crybaby loser who always tried to overachieve whenever he wanted to do something really serious. Like when he was hitting his own wound that Chewbacca gave him.
God.
He's like, fuck, okay, this guy is going over edgy right now. He's not...
He stabs his
like
dad and he
like,
drops him, and he's like, you could tell that like his character mode. Wow, that was the coolest thing ever.
I like stuff
I dropped my
like that. It makes
dad
him
into a
unique.
bottomless pit.
Like, I like him because of that. It shows that Rey is not Rey or Finn are not these experienced fighters or warriors. They can take down a prissy little
It doesn't help that
Darth Vader wannabe.
Rey and Kylo Ren. I was almost gonna call them Rey and Ren. Rey and Ren have similar problems, but also opposite. See, in the movie, we see Rey do all this cool, like, wacky shit, right? Like, she fixes the Millennium Falcon. She gets, like, a giant force vision from touching Anakin and Luke's lightsaber. Which, you know,
Because she's related to Anakin.
I think she might just be the reincarnation of Anakin. That's what
God, I don't want that.
That's the one. That or Obi-Wan's granddaughter. Those are my two favorite theories.
It's
Luke's
gonna be
daughter.
Luke's daughter.
It is going to be Luke's daughter, but damn it, I want to fight my way out of that one.
It's
as
becoming
hard
more
as I can.
obvious. It's becoming more obvious.
Because
As the months
we
go
keep-
on,
we
we're
keep
gonna see.
getting more information.
Reincarnation, like, if this was like a thing they've already like set as a precedent in Star Wars, I would be fine with it. But out of nowhere, they'd be like, really?
Okay, well, people are saying that Snoke is what's his name, Darth Plagueis.
Plagueis.
No, no.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I
that's
think
what
they
people
confirmed
are
that.
saying. That's what they think.
People are also saying Snoke is Mace Windu. Come on.
What? That's,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, that's just
I'm
really
pretty sure the
stupid.
Plagueis thing has been like deconfirmed.
Probably,
Yeah, it's
but
probably-
Like honestly, I was cool with that. That's like a decent idea.
okay, back on track though. So Rey does cool shit. No, Rey does cool shit in the movie, right?
Yes.
But then we hear Kylo Ren's backstory, and it's just as ridiculous. I was the best student in Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. I'm the leader of this group called Knights of Ren, which don't apparently exist no more. But I was the most badass one, and I'm really ripped underneath the suit.
See, the thing is, though, like I said, he's an overachiever. Like, he wants to...
Well, yeah, he's an overachiever.
He wants to be more than he is, and once he does these tasks that's set before him, he just fails.
Right, but that's what
Yeah.
that's what makes him funny. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I like about Kylo Ren is that he fails.
Yeah, I do too. Like it makes
He
him
failed.
unique.
And that's what I like about General Hux, because General Hux is like his competent buddy, and he's just like, fuck.
Well, the thing is, though, Kylo Ren is also pretty unhinged. The guy was like...
Oh, he's nuts.
He was a he became a sociopath.
Yeah, I mean, he
in
killed
between.
his dad.
Yeah, but in a way that it's weird. Like, oh, thank you for releasing me from this pain, and kills him.
He fucking just I remember seeing someone like draw a comic about that where they replaced him with Goofy and Max, and I
saw
can't
it.
stop laughing at that. Just as he falls to his death. Fuck. But no, here's why I like General. Okay, think about it. So Starkiller Base is on this fucking snow planet, right?
Yes.
They turned a snow planet into a Death Star. And it's like it's about to explode, and he has to evacuate. The New Order has to evacuate, and then it's like, where the fuck is Kylo Ren? And it's like,
Oh, he's playing in the snow with
he's
his
playing
friends.
with his lightsaber, and he got hurt. well, and it's like, and then Stuck's like, get his bitch ass back here. You better bring his ass to me. And he's like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. This whole fucking planet's going to explode in like 5 minutes, and I gotta go pick up this idiot who hurt himself.
Making snow angels out of his blood, of course.
Oh, red snow angels, really? Is that what you're doing? Mr. Edgelord? What, couldn't you find any black snow?
Pretty sure we can all agree at this point of the movie
Yeah.
that TFA was better than Rogue One. Icepick said it.
Yes. I agree.
No, I unfortunately liked Rogue One more.
I mean,
I got
So we're gonna go on?
You liked it. I was like, oh no, I
Oh no,
liked it.
I like both of them. I'm just saying I think I like Rogue One more.
So this is a nice segue into that Rogue One thing, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Rogue One, or as I like to call it, the Revenge of the Ghost of Peter Cushing.
This time, he's a computer.
He's a computer now. He's a computer ghost. He's the ghost in the shell. He's the ghost in the machine.
Oh my god.
Peter Cushing.
Is that the twist in the Ghost in the Shell movie?
Yeah. The twist in the Ghost in the Shell movie is that Peter Cushing was the ghost all along.
It was okay. The movie was okay.
I liked it. I
liked
enjoyed
it.
I know.
Only because of the fan service, though.
The fan service was great. I'm sorry, but what they did with Darth Vader, that's what pushed it over the edge for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, for me, I liked it. As a movie, it was alright. But the fan service was really good, but sadly, fan service does not make a movie.
Yeah.
But it can make me have good memories of the movie.
Go ahead.
So it's like...
I mean, we already we touched on this before we started the podcast, and I guess we can touch on it now.
Yep.
Rogue One's big weakness was characters.
Yes.
TFA's big weakness was story. I prefer story over characters. You feel the opposite. I don't know how Psych feels about it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, is that nobody had a character, though. Story was fine. I mean, I'd argue against...
droid racist.
No, K2S, though, he had an arc.
Okay,
He had
fair
an
enough.
arc. The guy went from apathetic... The droid went from apathetic to caring about Jyn Erso at the last second.
Well, what about Director Krennic? He had a character.
He had...
I mean, his character was just like, what if Kylo Ren was an Imperial officer instead of a Sith Lord? But where he keeps fucking up everything, and he just keeps fucking up. No, he was less edgy. That's right.
He was... I mean,
I
wouldn't say he was memorable, though.
He needed more screen time. He could have been
He
good.
did. He needed more.
That opening scene where he's like arresting fucking Jin's dad or whatever.
Right,
he was really cool there.
Yeah,
He's like,
he was cool there.
But they parked
he
so
was like
far
that
away.
whole-
And then, what about?
Wait, Jordan, I want to hear what Jordan had to
go
say.
ahead.
About what?
I interrupted you. I talked over you.
Oh no! If he had more scenes, like maybe like a subplot that's not like fucking. I want a better job. If he was actually
getting
doing
bitched
something.
out by the ghost
Yeah.
of Peter Cushing.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is,
if he did more, he could have been really good.
yeah, but the guy, he wasn't much of a character either. He took over as supervisor of the Death Star, and in the end, he still didn't get any respect or recognition. He died.
I thought that he was the guy who came up with the idea, or the guy who pushed really hard for them to make the Death Star.
No, that's not.
Yeah, that was Palpatine.
The plans came from Geonosis.
No, I know that. I just thought that he was like, okay, this is my baby now. Okay, the reason that
I think maybe that was like the development of it, like the actual physical development. But Palpatine, he's the one who really wanted it.
Trying to make it work because he wanted Galen Erso to, make it functional and everything.
Right. But okay, so I guess the reason that I thought that Krennic worked as a character was that I've heard of people who have gotten so wrapped up in their jobs that that's the only thing that matters to them. They are nothing without their job, and that's what I got from what I saw of Krennic.
The thing is, is that he falls extremely flat because he has no payoff. He gets killed by a character he doesn't know existed.
You mean Wait, what do you mean he got killed by a character he didn't know existed?
He got shot.
Yeah, he got
But
shot.
Yeah, that's not what killed him.
Yeah, he got killed by that.
He got killed by the fucking Death Star. That's
He was
I
still gonna
really like
die.
that. I like
He
that
was-
part.
Yeah, he was still gonna die, but he got killed by the Death Star.
Okay, he got killed by a Death Star, but he got shot by a character he didn't know existed either.
I know that. I'm just
Like, he
saying
got
that.
shot by a random. He got
I
shot
know
by
he
a
got
random.
shot by a
Been, like,
rando.
more-
I agree with you on that.
More
but-
back and forth between the Rogue One characters and Krennic. Like, they
Like-
should have like knew each other.
But yeah, and okay, he gets killed. He gets killed by a Death Star. Everybody does. Jin and what's his
Three
face?
people get
Cassian.
killed by the... Three people get killed by the Death Star.
Hey,
It's like-
all
Yeah,
those
the
cool
only
looking
people who
stormtroopers got
matter.
killed by
Only people. Yeah, the only people who matter. The only people who supposedly were the main characters of this movie got killed.
Are you sure you like this movie? Because it really
I
is
like the
starting to-
movie for the fan service, like I said.
It's really
But the
starting to
char-
sound like you hated this movie.
But the characters, all of them, well, they fall flat. They have no arc. They're barely characters.
I
They're-
thought that Chirrut and
Baze.
Baze, I thought they had a good character arc.
I don't know if they really had character arcs, but they were cool. Especially
They were-
Chirrut.
Baze had a character arc.
on the surface they're fine, but again, we
Yeah, I
don't
can
see
see
any.
Baze having like a subtle one.
It's just that Chirrut and what's his face,
Baze.
the other, yeah,
Chirrut and
They-
Baze.
they hardly talk to. They hardly not to each other, but they hardly talk to the other characters.
Well, that's more the fault of the two main characters, in my opinion.
Honestly, yeah, I agree.
It's the
Two
fault
main
of-
characters
I
are
think
the
it's the
big
fault of the
weakness.
script.
Well,
That's also true.
oh gee, wow, we're going meta here, aren't we?
No,
Yeah,
it's
of course
not meta,
the-
we're
of
talking
course
about
it's
the
the scri-
technical.
Of course it's the script's fault. I'm just saying that, like, the two main characters were the ones that I would say were the flattest, yes. Jin and Cassian were terrible characters.
But you're
I don't know
putting
about
the-
terrible, but they just weren't like
Well, they
That
just,
good.
they didn't
You're-
grab me. Go ahead.
You're
Yeah.
putting surrounding characters above these two characters that they're essentially on the same level, though. It's weird. You're putting these no characters who had no arc and no character with better than the ones who had also no arc and no
That's what
character.
I'm saying, is that
Oh,
those
I was
characters
gonna
at
say,
least
I don't
had,
think
like...
Jin Cassian had arcs.
What was Cassian's arc?
Cassian's arc was just to be pouty and bitch.
Like, his arc was... Like, we know not... That, it's like, people say that they thought that Jin was the weakest... No, Cassian was the weakest character in the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
fucking movie. He had nothing. He was nothing.
The guy had no arc. The guy had no character.
He had no
was just some
motivation.
guy.
One cool scene at the beginning where he like killed the guy, the innocent guy, and you're like, whoa, what the hell? This dude's an asshole.
And
If
that's
he did that
all-
more in the movie.
And that's
Is it-
everybody else in the movie. Like Chirrut, he had this one scene where he beats up the stormtroopers and never does it again.
Oh no, I meant from like a character art standpoint. Like he kills the innocent guy. Like, oh wow, this guy's shady. If he did that more, like he did more shady stuff. Then
Well,
he
no, but
decided
that's
not
the...
to kill him.
Okay, no, but... Okay, I will tell you why I think that didn't work. Because it's like... Okay, so they think, oh yeah, he's just this nice guy. But he's doing shit like this the whole movie!
Actually,
He's
no,
doing,
that's
like,
my point.
shady
He-
stuff,
I
and
don't
he's
think
not
he
even
did it the
hiding
whole
it.
movie.
He's not even hiding that he's doing the shady ass stuff.
I don't think he did it the whole movie. That's my point. He should have been shady the whole movie. Then
And
he
then,
should
like, sure, it's all like, does he sound like a killer? And I'm like, yes, he sounds like a killer! He killed, like, 50 people! What do you mean, does he sound like a killer? Yes! Yes, he does!
The guy's basically a nothing in the movie. He goes from being a killer, then saying that
I feel
I'm
bad
a good.
about this.
Well, the thing is though, it's so weird because he goes like, "Hey, I didn't kill your dad. That makes me a good guy."
Yeah, even though your dad kind of died because I didn't, like, stop that from happening, but
I was
I didn't
really
kill him.
I was really pissed. Like, hey, I didn't beat this guy up. I expect a reward. Well, I'm like, what? Well, that's not how. That's not how human relations work,
And in
you
Jyn
dumbass.
Erso's case, I think they had all the pieces, but the writing was what killed her. Felicity Jones did a great job with what she had, but
she was just bland.
there
Like,
was nothing there. There was
I
nothing
agree
for
with
her
Jordan.
to do with. Okay, she was
Like-
bland.
I agree with Jordan.
Do you mean the acting or like the writing?
the character.
Yeah.
The character.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Like,
like
the acting was okay. Like
she did the best. You can't
Yeah.
spin gold out of shit. I'm sorry.
I agree with Jordan that every actor did their best.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
there was no bad performances.
it's okay.
Like the movie from a technical level was pretty soundly made. It's just like there's really no like heart to the characters.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like in the Red Letter Media, like the Planky review, he did like 3 ways to judge a Star Wars movie. It's like heart, story, and characters. I think.
Wait, what? I don't think the first one was hard. I think it was something else. What was
It was something similar to that.
It was
right?
story, characters, and something, and they said that The Force Awakens had
two of
it
three.
didn't have story, but it had characters and the other thing.
It was something like heart. It was like close to it.
You know what? I'm gonna look.
Emotion.
I'm
I think
gonna
it was
just
emotion.
Look. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was emotion.
Yeah, and that's I honestly 100% agree with that. I would say Rogue One had story.
Okay, fair enough.
Story was cool,
Like,
but like I said, story doesn't grab me as much as good character.
Fair enough. Like I said, we're opposites in that regard.
I could watch a whole movie about just Han Solo and Luke fucking around in the fucking Millennium Falcon.
Okay, that's true.
I'd be like,
I mean, if we're honest,
Go
if
ahead.
we're honest, the Star Wars movies are not very big on the. They're not very big story movies. They're more characters.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, we got Han Solo and Luke developing a relationship built from sketchiness to brotherly love, and we got Leia and Han who also meet under sketchy circumstances.
Right. But-
and all the
They
plots
fall
are
in love.
really simple. Besides like Revenge of the Sith, which I think has the best story, but like there's some choppy acting in there, and we're not doing a Sith review, so.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
we
we're
can
not
at least
doing
talk
this.
about it.
I mean, I want to do a serious review on the prequels soon, but
I'd say
Okay.
Sith has the best story in the Star Wars series. Like, if that movie lived up to potential, it could have been better than Empire.
this quote will haunt you.
Yeah, you're even I won't. I'm a purveyor in bad opinions, but Jesus Christ, man.
I really think the story was good. It's just everything else that brought it down.
Okay, I think
Okay,
the other
well-
thing. Okay, go ahead.
You'll stick with that, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
The other thing, though, is that I also like the potential of characters as well, and I think that while the characters in Rogue One were definitely not achieved properly, there were a lot of characters I wanted to see more of.
Yeah, I know. I agree
wanted to
with that.
see. I wanted to hear more. I wanted to see more of Krennic. I wanted to see more of Chirrut and Bay.
Oh,
Bay-
I 100% agree on Chirrut and Baze. I think they should have been the main characters.
They should have been the main characters.
They
I
had
even
just like
liked-
cool they had a cool background with like being like force protectors or whatever, or at least Chirrut did. I want to know how like they met. I want to like
Right.
they had, like a cool buddy thing. Like they seem really cool, and I hope they make comics or something out of them.
See,
And-
Kate, go ahead.
The fact is, though, is that I agree with that the potential of characters is grand. It's big.
Right.
It's just that in this movie, it's very surface level, and we don't see a lot. Like I said, sure, he beats up the stormtroopers in one scene and never does that again. And that's disappointing. I just wish we could have saw more of each character because they had their own personality quirks
Like I
that
said, I
weren't
think. Go ahead.
that weren't given any kind of depth beyond that.
I
We
think.
really needed some team building, like in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. we
Okay,
did.
fair enough. Yeah, true enough. But I mean, K2SO was my favorite character in the movie, and I think that he
Oh,
was
yeah, me
he was great. You couldn't have improved on him.
Oh no, I agree with that.
And
Yeah,
it's like,
I like-
Psych is screaming internally as I'm gushing
not-
about how much I love K2SO.
I mean, if we're talking about best characters in the movie, K2SO is the best character in the movie.
Yeah, he's fully fleshed out.
Right.
He had like an arc. He had like a satisfying conclusion.
I was sad when he died. I didn't cry.
Oh, yeah, I was
I
too.
was sad. I was
I
sad.
was sad.
And then I was also sad because oh man, this is all that's left. Come on, Krennic, go Krennic! That's how it got. It got so bad that I was like cheering for Krennic in that.
I was honestly shocked that everyone died, and that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Not because of the characters, I just really liked how shocking it was.
I heard that
It was different.
I heard there was an earlier cut where they intended to make people survive, and I'm like, no, this ended.
I don't know if there was a cut, but it was in the first script. And then
Very
Disney was like, yo, you should kill these guys.
Yo, kill these. It's like Jin Urso and Cassian survive and have space babies. Fuck that shit. Kill their asses.
I'm honestly surprised Disney was the one who said kill him.
It's like I'm pretty sure that if they had survived, I would have just like rampaged through. It's like, okay, all these other characters died, but not these two. And I'm like,
I don't know.
fuck you.
Like
No.
I said, if they, I mean, not like I said, this is going to be the first time I mention it, but if they did actually survive, I wouldn't have minded. If they had more
It
movies
could have
where
worked. It could have worked, but I'm glad they died because it was just really different from like most blockbusters.
I'm not sure if I agree completely. If I was saying by I'm glad they're dead, but whatever. It's
I'm not saying
It
that
wasn't like I
was
was glad they were dead. It was just more like at the point where everyone else had died, and like the last three left were Jin, Cassian, and Krennic. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, please.
I'm not even like
we
that.
lost
out of
all
malice.
these interesting characters.
I'm not even
this is
like
what's
that out of
left.
malice. I just like it from like an artistic standpoint because like most blockbusters, like she got on a ship and they survived.
And they lived happily ever after.
And then they
like
met Chewbacca and Luke and Han and Leia, and
even
they were in the
Batman
comics.
And even Batman v Superman, which everyone was like, oh man, that movie was so dark. Even they pulled that shit in that movie because it's like, oh no, Superman's dead.
Let's not talk about that movie. I can go on a whole rant about that movie.
I'm just saying that it's like, go ahead.
I honestly thought Jin and Cassian were gonna kiss in the elevator.
Oh, I did too. I'm sort of glad they did it.
I was actually pretty glad.
I'm not sure if
I like
I'm
how
not
these
glad.
new Star Wars movies don't really have romance in them so far.
I'm just like, see, the thing is though, is that romance hardly ever works in those movies, and the recent attempt is bafflingly nauseous.
Oh wait, Jordan, are you telling me that you were a fan of the Anakin and Padme love story? Is that what you want to see some more of that? I hate sand.
I hate episode 2. I hate episode 2 because of that.
Oh, I do too.
That's why I prefer Phantom Menace over Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. No, that's like I said, I understand your reasoning. I'm just saying that Jake Lloyd must die. I mean, not now. 10-year-old Jake Lloyd must wait. Yeah, 10 or 11-year-old Jake Lloyd must die. If that affects present-day Jake Lloyd, then I'm sorry, Mr. Lloyd, but I hated you when you were a kid, and I still hate you.
You're telling me if you get a time machine, that's the one thing you're doing.
That is the one thing I'm going to shoot Jake Lloyd in the.
You know who is the most useless character?
Who?
Bodhi?
No, that's second most useless. Saw Gerrera.
I loved Forrest Whitaker, but
I like Forrest Whitaker too.
Yeah, Saw Gerrera didn't really. He just sort of.
I'm a huge fan of Clone Wars. It's like it's a great show. He came from the fucking episode arcs that I hated the most. I hated the episode he's from.
He's gonna be in Rebels, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping he's better there. I hated I watched not Rebels, Clone Wars Weekly at the time, and those episodes were so fucking boring. They made me stop watching Weekly. And then there was a lot of good shit after that episode when I fucking caught up with it finally. I'm like, fuck, I wish I watched this live.
Was it before or after the Darth Maul arc?
It was like it was after the first Maul arc.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me started on the Darth Maul.
I didn't see the stuff with him on
Hey, Jordan. Icepick hates that Darth Maul is
I
still
hate
alive.
that Darth Maul came because it's like,
okay,
look at me, I'm riding I've got Spider Robot for fucking legs.
Okay, you have to watch it because this makes Darth Maul a character.
No, Jordan, it's useless telling him to watch it. It's useless. Icepick will go on.
And it makes him probably the second best Star Wars villain.
It's useless. I've like tried to convince Icepick of any other thing, like, hey, you have to read this or watch this, and Icepick's like, no!
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill everybody!
I just
on one hand, it's great. On the other hand, it makes you fucking furious that this wasn't the Maul we got in the movie, and that this wasn't the main villain of the prequels.
I just
Did you see
don't
the new
like
trailer?
Darth Maul.
Yes, yeah, that was awesome. I geeked out.
Icepick, the new trailer has Darth Maul confronting Obi-Wan.
Ben Obi-Wan, too.
Yeah.
Yo, whoever they got to voice the Ben Obi-Wan, he does a spot on fucking Alec.
I actually have to hear.
When does Rebels take place again? I
like
thought
before
it was
A New Hope.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years before A New Hope.
Oh, okay then. So, wow. So we still got like that period. Okay, well I guess that'll be.
There's Rebels characters in Rogue One.
Okay, fair enough
The
then.
droid, he makes a cameo. They call for Hera, the Twi'lek, and apparently you see their
Oh,
ship.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the thing that really surprised me about Rogue One, and I guess a lot of people are going to say, Icepick, you idiot, you should have been paying better attention, was how close it happened to A New Hope.
That's that's not something like you should be ashamed for.
It's just that like people like it's like when I see the end of the movie, I'm like, wait a second. Wait a
I
second.
know this.
Wait a second.
I know all
remember
this.
all of this. And then they show that bit at the end where like I think I was in like a theater with like 3 other people, and one of them just started screaming when they saw. Wait, we can just do spoilers whenever in this, right?
Yeah.
When they saw when they saw the ghost of Carrie Fisher in there.
See, the
It
thing
wasn't
is
a
about
ghost. The movie came out.
I know she wasn't the ghost of young Carrie Fisher. Then how does that sound?
the thing is though, I did not actually like the 3D, the CGI facial.
Yeah, it looked kind of weird.
For Carrie, it was off. For Tarkin, I really
Tarkin
liked
would-
it.
I like-
Sometimes
I like
it looked like
Tarkin.
a video game, but at the same time, I was like, "Holy fuck, he's back!"
just-
and it looks pretty good.
It's just the eyes are too big on both of them.
I can.
I'd have to watch it again to look at it.
Yeah, I
I've
remember
only
it
seen it once so
vividly.
far. At this point, I've seen Force Awakens like 3 times. I saw it like
good.
5 times in theaters. It was the
I
most
saw
I've ever
it.
seen.
I saw Force Awakens 2 times. I only saw Rogue One once, but it's still very vivid in my mind what
I
happens.
saw Force Awakens twice. I only saw Rogue One once, and
I might see Rogue One another time in theaters.
Maybe.
if it's still in theaters when I get a chance to see it again, then yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see it again. But
Yeah. I might see it again.
I honestly, the whole time, like we were hyping up the movie and stuff. I was like sort of wary of like rumors that it would like lead in directly into A New Hope. But I thought that was really well done. Like I thought it'd be really heavy-handed, like fucking cheesy. But I love those last 10 minutes. It was the best part of the movie.
It was kind of, Jordan. It was kind of because
This
Jim-
might be the fanboy in me talking because I fanboyed the fuck out in the last 10 minutes. But
yeah,
I still thought it was better than like it really could have been. Like it could have been really fucking cheesy and awful.
I'm sorry. Every time Darth Vader was on screen, I just
Oh yeah, me too.
I fanboyed when the Rebel fleet came. Dude, that was so fucking cool.
I like how they used old archival footage.
The red leader and like
Yeah,
gold.
red leader and gold leader.
Yeah, I geeked out there too.
That was pretty cool.
I was like,
Honestly, I thought it was CGI at first, but then we now know it's archives.
Yeah, which was great. But
I saw it Thursday morning with my family, and hardly anybody was there. And when the Rebel fleet came, I was like, I almost got out of my seat. I was like, yeah,
fucking Y-wings and X-wings. Yes.
exactly, dude. It was
Now
so
we're going
fucking cool.
full red letter.
And then
movie.
you had not Admiral Akbar, who couldn't have been Admiral Admiral.
I mean, honestly, I like that because like.
No, I like that because he had to die, but it's just like
Also because it makes it seem bigger. Like if it was Akbar again, we'd be like, is this the only fucking admiral these motherfuckers have?
that's true. He's the only fish man allowed. He's a token fish man.
Yeah, token Mon Calamari.
Exactly.
I was surprised because not only did the fleet on the ground die, but most of the Rebel fleet. Most of the Rebel fleet fucking got destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Like they got fucked up.
That's why they sent out like 2 X-wings at the end of the New Hope. That's all
Exactly.
they had.
like, okay, guys, we only have we lost like 80% of our
They don't send
fleet.
Star Destroyers out at us.
You know, this space battle is a lot better than most of the space battles in
Yeah, the space
the
battles-
Oh yeah,
prequel trilogy.
space battles.
Honestly, I'm not usually a big fan of space battles. Just I don't know why, but this one is pretty good.
I like the space battles and I like the lightsaber battles.
It's just that this is better than the prequel trilogy. I don't know if you guys remember Revenge of the Sith opening.
Yeah.
Oh
where-
God,
It's
no!
a mess.
That shit was no,
Like,
no.
I don't know if you. I mean, Anakin and Obi-Wan tried to rescue the Chancellor Palpatine,
Yeah.
and there's ships everywhere.
It
I
was
can't
just-
even.
It was like spectacle, but from like a movie point, like is really hard to fucking follow.
problem
Like, what
with-
is this? It's sensory overload, but
The problem
Yeah.
with the
you think about it,
prequel,
it's cool. And
it's like one of the major issues with the
Yeah.
entire prequel trilogy.
Oh yeah,
The
sensory
problem is
overload.
that it's always way too busy. It's like the first time he did the special edition on A New Hope, right? Okay, so Tatooine is supposed to be this like fucking boonies ass planet that no one lives on, and you have fucking giant ass like
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs and shit. It's like
Robots.
fucking a billion people walking around, and I'm like, what is this fucking Tatooine or New York City? What the fuck?
Remember when Ben and Luke and C-3PO and R2-D2, they're just on the land speeder, they come stop in front of a stormtrooper, and everything is like fucking in their face.
No. I remember
There's that
what.
awful shot they added, the fucking dinosaur walking in front of the camera from
Yeah.
The one with the giraffe neck.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, I know what pissed me off the most, and I actually had a toy of this when I was a kid, so I'm especially pissed off at myself for this. Do you remember that fucking fat-ass thing that other stormtrooper that they added in was riding?
Oh, the
The
Dewback.
giant-ass motherfucker who looked like a potato with teeth.
The
Yeah,
Dewback?
yeah. I think so. It was
The lizard. The lizard.
No, it was a big ass fat thing that
It was
just
like a
pooped.
big-ass... It did look like a piece of shit.
I'm trying to remember, because
Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture.
I've only seen the non-special edition of A New Hope like once. So this is the version I'm most familiar with, sadly. So.
Oh man, I can link you to the specialized edition. Man.
No, I have it downloaded now, but it's just easier
Okay,
to put my
Let me
fucking
see if I
Blu-ray.
can find a picture of this thing.
I also have the other versions if you want. I have Empire and Jedi.
No, I have all those.
Okay,
I watched,
no, wait,
before I watched
found
Force
it.
Awakens, I
I found
downloaded
it. I found the picture. Although, hopefully it will load. because-
Also, to be honest, I don't mind the special edition of Empire. Like, all the changes are not bad in my opinion. The Jedi and fucking A New Hope, though, those changes are
Okay,
bad.
the only thing I really had a problem with in Empire was that, they added in, like, they changed who Palpatine was, and I understand that because
I like that one.
That
The
was-
fucking old Palpatine.
old
Oh.
Palpatine was... You know, you're complaining about fucking the ghost of Peter Cushing's eyes. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
okay, this is
And
the
then this
thing.
one-
You're
this
right.
one
It
makes-
was the
It adds up
Dewback.
the Return of the Jedi, too, so it's not like, oh, they're making it only for the prequels.
Yeah.
It matches with Jedi, too.
And then
so.
they added in like a yelling sound effect when Luke fell down, and it was
They
the,
fixed
It
that.
was the Emperor, and I'm like, why?
They
Why would
fixed
you
that
do
now. That was in the, like, in 97.
No, guys, remember when they added no to Darth Vader when he was about to pick up Admiral Palpatine?
No!
He's like, no.
Lucas is like, I don't think people get why he did this. I'm gonna make it more obvious.
Yeah,
I've got to
Lucas is
stop
very-
the Emperor because I love my son. Yes, this was my exact vision. This
I'm
is the
pretty sure-
perfect dialogue, just
I'm pre-
subtle enough.
It's just I'm pretty sure he threw away all the original version tape.
No.
That's why I think
I-
that Disney
no.
should just like pay the despecialized people and
I've been hearing rumors that Disney has a 4K version of A New Hope, and a lot of
It's
people are thinking,
probably gonna be the Blu-ray edition that came out.
a lot of
few
people are
years ago.
thinking it's the 40th anniversary this year, so they're gonna announce the non-special edition.
that
Who
would
else?
be
Celebration.
really cool. And
And
would
I am
love
going to
see that.
Celebration, so ooh, that's
I
gonna
would
be.
Oh
buy the
shit!
shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in Orlando. That's like 2 hours.
Oh
Great.
fuck yeah!
Congrats.
I wish I can go.
It's gonna be my first con, so I'm pretty hyped.
Oh well, good. I mean, good luck, man. I mean,
Have fun, man.
I'm not.
I'm gonna try to get
Oh.
in the fucking episode 8, like showing things so I can see the trailer live.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
yeah,
gonna be so
that'd be
fucking hype. Like I remember when episode 7 trailer came out.
Everyone was so excited.
Yeah,
God.
the-
Even people who hate the movie now were really excited.
yeah, they're not
Hey.
gonna fucking hide from their old excitement. They're fucking hypocrites.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like
I gave the movie a 10 out of 10 a year ago, but now I hate it.
it's the worst. This is worse than. It's like I know that I said this was the greatest movie ever, but in reality, it's worse than the prequel trilogy somehow.
Because it sort of copied A New Hope, even though just because that doesn't make it a bad movie.
Yeah, we had
Like,
a lot of likable characters in that. movie.
yes,
yeah,
and it was
I'll
fun.
give you that.
And it was like well shot, and there was like really no plot holes or anything. And the writing was good.
I was only sad that Luke didn't show up until the very end, but I understand why that happened,
like
and I
that.
understand it was
Also-
powerful. I'm just saying that Luke was always like my favorite guy out of the Rebels, and he didn't show up.
Well,
until the
now
end.
you're gonna get at least one, hopefully 2 movies of him. I'm
Okay.
hoping he doesn't die.
Yeah, then all
Especially
3 of
because-
them will be gone.
Yeah, especially because they have to sort of kill off Leia now. So like one person should live.
They're gonna. Oh god, is that just gonna end up being awkward how they kill off Leia? And we all
Nah.
survived. Okay, guys, I'm in the ship. It's me, Leia.
I'm gonna hope they were gonna kill her off in episode 8 anyway.
Not really.
It's like already shot. No, I don't know. I'm just
Oh
hoping.
yeah, I know. I didn't hear that rumor.
So I'm hoping that's what they were doing the whole time.
Hopefully.
Because like that's a really tough situation.
I have only one.
You can't send her away. You send her away. That's fucking.
I only have one
Dumb and
wish
cringy.
for Episode 8, and I'm not sure if it's gonna come true, but I really hope it does.
Give Captain Phasma a character so I can justify me liking her.
He wasn't much of a fan of Kevin Phasma.
I'm sorry. It's just that, like, I remember.
I love
like,
the design, and she didn't do anything in
the
episode
design
7,
was
so
cool,
I'm
but
disappointed.
like, okay, but hear me out. Hear me out on this. It's like everyone was like, we intended Captain Phasma to be the new Boba Fett, and I'm just like, it's like I had no feelings for her, but now I hate her because you wanted.
Jesus Christ! We had an argument yesterday where he actually prefers Boba Fett over Captain Phasma. And I'm like, they're the same character. Boba Fett had 5 lines in the fucking
Wait, I
original
didn't say I
trilogy.
prefer. Hold on a second. I did not
Are you
say
thinking
that.
about me? Because I was talking about how I like Boba Fett, but that's mostly because of expanding
I
universe.
hate Boba Fett. What are you talking? I hate both of them.
I didn't say you
I'm
liked
in
him.
enemy territory right now.
I said you preferred her or preferred him over her.
I
As a
have
character.
no preference for either of them. They are both nothings. They should
I
have both
agree
have
that
been in
Captain
Rogue
Phasma-
One. They would have fit right in.
I agree that Captain Phasma is nothing because she doesn't even have expanded universe stuff right now.
It doesn't. Okay, here's.
So I'm really hoping they like expanded her because the concept is so cool. The costume is so cool.
But it's like.
Make a really interesting character out of that.
Okay, but like I said, the reason that I turned on her is like they said like we intended for her to be a new breakout character like Boba Fett, and I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you and your Boba Fett bullshit. I hate the regular Boba Fett. I hate his dad. Why would I like this new attempt at creating a new one?
I like how his dad also went out like a chump.
His dad went out like a little bitch, like
I mean,
father,
he
like
like
son.
is
It's
the second
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Biggest Jedi. He went the second biggest Jedi. He was
Well, still though, I mean, it's still we still got a sense that the Fets ain't shit, you know.
It's like, okay, this man was chosen to be the man which we cloned to create our super soldier army. He is clearly amazing. I do not even have to list off his amazing
he fought off
achievements.
Obi-Wan.
I do not have to list off his amazing achievements.
He fought off Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
right.
fine.
He did a little bit more. He did a little bit more than Boba. Fuck. Don't want to give any credit. To
He
the
also
prequels.
talked more than Boba.
He fought off Obi-Wan, who was a good fighter, and he basically won. So you can't call him out on that.
I'm just saying.
It's just that Mace
like,
Windu's top shit in the Jedi.
He still died in a way that
died.
he could have just avoided.
I always laugh when he dies because he gets his head cut off, and then the helmet rolls, and then later they show little Boba holding the helmet, and I'm just laughing my ass off at that. I'm like, Jesus, it's all they were missing were this fucking like violin.
I hate myself for watching the prequel trilogy so much.
Just like,
Yeah, it sounds like you
you know what
the regular.
character I think is
No.
better than Captain Phasma?
What? Which
Traitor. TR8R. He is the true new Boba. He is the one true Fett.
Traitor?
Let's hope he survives
Traitor.
somehow.
TR.
The dude with the shield and the
Traitor. Yeah, the dude who like fought Finn with that fucking giant ass baton.
Oh, yeah, I
thing.
remember
Traitor.
that, yeah.
TR8R is what they call him.
I'm like a big fan of Stormtroopers, so I really liked what they did with Stormtroopers.
Actually, that's another thing I noticed in Rogue One. The Stormtroopers had more characterization than Jyn and Cassian combined.
I was disappointed by the Stormtroopers in Rogue One compared to what they were in the Force Awakens.
Okay.
Like
alright.
Force Awakens, they make it sympathetic almost, and then in this movie they're just assholes.
See, the story of the Stormtroopers here is that clones, they're not using clones anymore. They
Yeah.
they
Oh yeah, I remember
decommission
that.
them.
Oh, did you hear that they're not using clones no more?
But they also got enlistment. They got people who enlisted,
Right.
Yeah.
which is actually not very good not very good standard in the original trilogy. And so in Force Awakens, they actually got people from birth.
Yeah, yeah,
So they trained them. So they have no other life
Right.
other than being a
That's why
stormtrooper.
Finn is kind of.
So
His
it's-
life's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
I am happy though that they did reference the Force Awakens. The Force Awakens did reference the prequels.
Yeah, like Clone Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the use of Sith, because that wasn't in the original trilogy.
yeah, and J.J. Abrams said that there wouldn't be they wouldn't be called Sith or something, but they are Sith. So what's the point?
I think he said
Well,
Kylo Ren would be a Sith, which makes sense with the character because he's not good enough yet to be an official Sith.
Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. He's kind of just a Darth Vader fanboy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Vader emulator.
Darth Vader emulator.
Dolphin. Darth
Oh,
Dolphin.
guys, can you believe it? I got this limited edition special real life skull of Darth Vader. I don't know how I got it. It doesn't make sense that I have it.
8 Ewoks.
I had to send in 8 box tops to get this limited edition Darth Vader skull. They only made 5 of them.
I'm not sure. Speaking of future Star Wars, I'm not sure I'm excited for the Han Solo
Me neither.
movie.
Oh,
I'm not.
I mean, I'm
Cast
really...
is awesome. I think if it's an origin movie, I'll be disappointed because I don't want to know his origin. If it's just like a random Han Solo adventure, that could be really fun.
Okay, I'll
But
give you that. And
I'm
happy
cautious,
that
not
Donald
cautiously
Glover's in it.
optimistic. I'm
Like
just
if they're like,
cautious.
"Oh, this is how Han and Chewie met," I'm gonna roll my eyes probably.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
If, it's,
that'd
if
be...
this is how he gets the Falcon, if it's just an adventure, I'll be like, "Oh, this is the best."
That's
movie.
another thing. I was kind of pissed off how Chewbacca was in the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, everybody was.
I'm just
Honestly,
saying.
I don't mind that.
I
It makes
mean,
it-
I'm just saying that's like you
he's
felt
old.
a little.
And he lives forever, so it's like it makes sense that he would be. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
I know that. I'm
him
just
eating Yoda was a bit too much.
yeah,
but-
okay, yeah, I'll agree. No, it's like, Chewbacca, you are a good fighter. Yes, and I'm
No,
like,
no, he said good friends.
it's just like,
Oh, they're
yeah,
friends.
and then they never met
Yeah, they
again.
never met again.
This was pointless.
Just
There's
fan
like a
service.
fan theory that Chewie was a rebel insider the whole time because of that, and like he's just hanging out with Han to make sure like it's sort of complicated, but it includes R2, and I believe the R2 side of it.
Oh
which-
yeah, I agree with the R2 is a puppet master thing.
yeah,
I feel like his role in TFA also sort of
helps it out.
help that out because it's like, oh hey guys, I just woke up, kind of, hooray.
So Han Solo died. That totally
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
my idea.
Yeah, I mean,
the guy hit me and called me a trash can. Fuck him.
yeah. Oh no, Han Solo is dead. Oh, whoops.
He totally treated me well.
Yeah, he wasn't an asshole to me or nothing.
I really hate how... Actually, that's another topic. I was going to say something about...
I just want to say one more thing about that.
I was going to say something about Jar Jar and C-3PO, but go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just going to
Oh,
say
you don't
that's
hate
like,
3PO, do you?
no, the reason that
I
R2
don't. No, I don't.
wanted Han to die is because it's like, are you fucking around with C-3PO? He's my bitch. Only I get to.
Only
fuck
I
with
can
him.
make fun of. Yo,
Only I
love
get
that-
to make fun of C-3PO.
I love that about R2 and 3PO. The first thing he does when he wakes up is make fun of 3PO.
Exactly. But go on
That's
with your
classic R2.
go on with that Jar Jar and C-3PO.
No, it's just another... It will go into another topic, and
Yeah,
it would
we
talk
do that.
about the prequels too much.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But Rogue One, it was okay. I liked it for the fan service. The characters fall flat, every single one of them, except maybe K2SO, but that's it.
Okay.
I liked it. It was a flawed movie. It had like some good stuff, including the fan service, but there's some other like good stuff like visuals. Visuals were great.
I thought that. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
like I'd say it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I have to watch it again.
Yeah, same.
It's like it's definitely worth watching at least once. So you make up your mind on it. And one thing
6.5.
I actually want to complain about this fucking score.
Well, I mean,
Like
They didn't get
Michael
John Williams for
Giacchino, or
some
however you
reason.
say his name, he's a really good composer. He did the score for Incredibles, which is a score I love.
He did a
It's really-
score for Doctor Strange, which is pretty
Yeah,
good.
I love the Doctor Strange score.
maybe it
too.
was just burnt out.
I think he wanted to be unique and like do new songs, but he's
And
also
they were
trying to
like,
he's trying to make it sound like Star Wars at the same time. So it's kind of
Right.
like very derivative and like a rip off. Like you guys watch the Howard Should Have Ended videos?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
You know
I,
the-
I do actually.
God.
Do you know the shitty music they use that
Yeah.
sort of sounds like Yeah. that's the Rogue One score. Except
Oh, okay.
I know exactly what he's
like
talking
Yeah.
about. I
those
like
scenes
those
where like they
videos.
show like the Imperial like the starships and the Death Star stuff, and it's like this Imperial sounding music, but it's not the Imperial March. It's like
Yeah,
it's like use the Imperial March or do something completely new. You got to pick one or the other.
It's
Thing
like,
is, just
okay, I got an idea. How about I just do the Imperial March, but on a clarinet? No, you gotta change it a little bit.
It's like
Fuck. No, I agree with you. The music
just
was
use
not
the
that
Imperial
good.
March more because it was used like 2 times in the movie, mostly in Darth Vader.
Well, yeah,
was
but
there.
yeah, for Darth Vader though. Which,
If
shit,
you
I didn't even
use
get
it
to
in full
talk about
force.
that. Okay, I just want to say one thing, and this slightly relates to the prequels, but it's mostly about Rogue One. The one thing that I have to give Rogue One, and none of you can take this away from me, is that I feel like it gave us continuity between the two characterizations of Darth Vader in both the prequels and the original trilogy. Because he just like fucking makes this like hammy ass joke at Krennic when he chokes him.
I
It's
love
like
it.
You know what I thought?
he made corny ass jokes in the original trilogy, but this is like one of those. It's like there's this urban legend. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It might be a Chicago thing, or maybe not. Where it's like someone says that they ran into Bill Murray.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
I know.
does
my God.
something like fucking weird, and it's like he just says to them, "No one will ever believe you."
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like. It's like that was Darth Vader's way of doing it. It's, Darth Vader made a one-liner while he was choking me. Are you kidding? He's an old asthmatic man. He's not gonna do it. It's like if Darth Vader had just been like, "No one will ever believe you."
You know, I like seeing Darth Vader in the movie, but there was one downside, and I think James Earl Jones is just too old to do the voice.
Okay, fair enough.
It was better than it was on Rebels, though. On Rebels, I was like, oh, no.
I
And
guess.
They did it better here.
I mean, I guess because I saw the footage where I saw the clips of where he faces Ahsoka Tano, and I think he did a very good job in that.
He did definitely better there. There was a full like 1 hour episode as like a movie or something of Rebels, which is his appearance. He's pretty rough in it.
I mean, the dude's like 90. You gotta give
Yeah,
him. They do need to think about finding a sound alike, but this.
Oh no, they do.
Does.
You know Chad Vader?
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's been doing it. He did it in Force Awakens. He did it in Battlefront.
Really?
He did it
I didn't know that Chad. Huh.
Yeah, he was doing it I think the Lego Star Wars games, some of the Lego Star Wars cartoon shorts.
Okay, then who's the one who does that voice that clearly sounds nothing like James Earl Jones, but they use that a lot in the funnier ones? Like when he talks kind of like this.
I think maybe you're talking about Robot Chicken.
Yeah, but I feel like they used him in some of the Lego stuff too.
I think they used Chad Vader in Lego stuff.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a voice snob.
No, I know that Chad Vader's basically the replacement.
Right. Okay, well, fair enough then. But I guess they figured that
give him
this
one more.
might be the last time we get to see Darth Vader in a movie, so we might as well just let.
Oh, I don't know about it in a movie. I meant James Earl Jones is Vader in the movie.
That's what
definitely.
This might be the last time we get.
Yeah.
We have the chance, so we might as well do it no matter how old he sounds.
Yeah.
So going back to the music for a bit, I think that what's his name, Michael
Giacchiano, I think.
Yeah, I think he took some samples from John Williams' Episode 2 score.
I can believe that.
Where at?
During the battle of the getting the plans.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at they have a listing for the soundtrack on Wikipedia, and I'm looking at some of these track names, and I'm laughing.
Like the where it's weird because he uses samples from, I think he uses samples from where he composes music for Anakin and Padme, and that's the
okay, I know what you're talking about. Some people have been talking about that. It's not it exactly.
Okay, can I please just read some of these because they're terrible?
Before you can hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying that's the music from when Anakin and Padme get together. That's the only thing that's good
in the Attack of the Clones.
In the Attack of the Clones, like where anything involving Anakin and Padme, most of it is terrible. 99% of it is awful tripe. But the music is the only good thing.
Yeah, I really like that thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I did like.
Okay, there's one other thing I like in Attack of the Clones. Okay. I love the ending scene where all the clone troopers are like walking up to the Star Destroyers or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big clone trooper, stormtrooper fanboy in Empire.
Fair enough.
To clarify though, I'm just talking about the scenes.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the Padme Anakin romance.
Yeah.
I love the fight. It's like I understand why Psych doesn't like Attack of the Clones because he focuses on the horrible romance side plot, but I
The whole
liked
side
it.
plot was the main plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't.
Unfortunately.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, let me tell you why I think that Attack of the Clones is bad. I love the stupid action sequences. Because there are a lot of stupid actions. And they're extra stupid. They're so stupid you say these are stupid action sequences
But
as you're
I
watching
hate
them.
sand.
That droid factory.
I know you hate sand, but like, I'm just saying that, like, you have
droid
that whole
factory fight
bit
is the
where
stupidest
they
fucking thing
fucking they have them on the conveyor belts,
Yeah.
and then fucking C-3PO's there, and they knock his head off, and they put his head on one of the attack droids, and then they put the attack droid's head on his body, and it's stupid, and I enjoy that shit. I'm sorry.
I'll
it's
give you
stupid.
that. I'll give you that. But the music in that scene was incredible. I love the music in that scene.
I mean,
Fair
it's John
enough, fair enough.
Williams.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it is John, yeah.
But I'm reading at these. These are apparently not the official names, but these were listed on the soundtrack release. A Krennic Condition, Jin and Scarret, Jin Carcerated,
What the?
Going to Seesaw, That
Oh my-
New Death Star Smell,
Oh my!
Jeddah Callsaw,
Oh my God!
When
what is
Ambush Comes to Shove,
Yo, I like the
Go
soundtrack.
Do That Udo That You Do So Well,
Okay, I take back everything I said about the soundtrack. This is my new favorite soundtrack of all time.
Have a Choke and Smile,
God!
Urso in Vain,
This is the best movie ever. Now I take
Takes
place.
One to Rogue One, World's Worst Vacation Destination, Scarif Tactics, Bazed and Confused, Switch Hunt,
This is not my new
Transmission
favorite.
Impossible, Live and Let Jedi, and then they end. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
This is my new favorite movie of all time. Now I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 just because of those soundtrack listings.
But what do you think? There's a lot of people criticizing the deaths of every single member of the
No, I
rogue.
like that. Yeah, I thought they all died good.
I mean,
I put that really dumb, like very dumbly. I thought they all like really fitting deaths, and I honestly they all hit me. Even though I wasn't like a big fan of the characters, I thought the deaths were really emotional and well done.
the thing is though, there's a lot of fucking critics going like, "Oh, they should have died together," or "They should."
No, I like them dying separately because it made it like more desperate seeming. Like if they all died together, it would have been a bit hokey. Like we live together, we die together. I like how their deaths were.
I feel like though is that they make the reason like, oh, it's Star Wars, they should have died together or some shit like that. Well, sure, but this is
that's why I like the deaths so much is because it didn't really feel like Star Wars. It was new. Like we've never seen anything close to that in like a Star Wars movie before. We've seen like individual deaths, but not fucking everyone dying.
Yeah, they subverted expectations. Like they didn't take a risk or anything, but they just said, "Hey, we're not gonna."
I don't know. I think for a big blockbuster movie, for a franchise that's pretty kid friendly, usually that is a risk.
I wouldn't go so far as that. I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they all died except like two characters.
Ryan and I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie.
Ryan
Forever.
and that one guy who spoke German and French.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Hanks died.
Yeah, I remember that. I cried during that. His
Yeah,
character
that was
really-
pretty fucking. I was pretty fucking shook too.
You know what? You know why I don't trust the Oscars? Because Saving Private Ryan, the best war movie ever, and one of Steven Spielberg's best movie ever, didn't win, but Shakespeare in Love won. And I
Oh
see
my
Shakespeare
god,
in
that
Love.
was stupid. I saw
The
that
Oscar
movie.
awards are a scam anyway.
Yeah, they
I
are.
see Shakespeare in Love. It's an alright movie. I don't know if it deserves to be nominated for Best Picture.
I'm
But
just
it,
saying that, like,
but not only was it nominated, it won over the best war movie of all time.
Like it doesn't break any new ground. The main characters die, like in Saving Private Ryan, like any other kind of war movie that
I mean, that's how war movies are supposed to end. I think that's a lot of the reason why a lot of the press and praise for the movie was that it's the first Star Wars movie that feels like an actual war movie.
Well, the thing is, I was actually talking to Jordan about how critics are really not. Well, some fans on the internet
Yeah,
are
it's
not
definitely true. I
happy.
don't think any actual critics are like,
Wait, why are they why are fans unhappy?
They're not happy that main characters died seemingly at random.
What do you mean seemingly at random?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've definitely seen a lot
It's
of,
a fucking
like-
war.
I've seen a lot of fanboys say, "Oh, Darth Vader should have killed them all because that would have been epic."
Are you
That
kidding me? We
would've
got
been-
we got enough cool shit out of Darth Vader when he
Yeah,
came on that fucking ship and he just started like slicing people up and like
You know-
pulling their lasers away and just like choking them and throwing them into fucking walls. Like there should have been one bit where he just like threw one of the guys out into space. Shit like that. That would have been cool.
I like that a lot,
I
but I
love
also
that bit.
like the idea that Jordan was mocking at first, but I don't know if that would have worked though.
No, it would have been really hokey. Unless Darth
Yeah,
Vader was
it's
like the main villain of the movie. If he was the main villain of the movie, that could have worked.
he
But
was
he's
Yeah.
just sort of
he-
this
he was
side
like-
thing.
He was a cameo.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a cameo, and like his scene worked because it was sort of like he was just a tool of the Empire, and like you don't need to know who Darth Vader is in that movie. In the movie, to understand that scene.
Exactly. It's like.
But if he killed all the main fucking characters, you would have had to know who he was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they either would have had to up his role in the movie, or that would have been really fucking stupid. in context.
Or also it's possible that I don't think he could have worked in that movie. I don't know. That was one thing I liked about it. There was no one who was like really force sensitive in that movie, and I thought that was
Yes.
that was one of the things I liked about it was because that was interesting because it's
Yeah,
like,
my favorite parts of Star Wars is like the stuff that's not really Jedi, like clone troopers, bounty hunters, smugglers.
right.
So I like this. It was hopefully a taste of more to come.
Exactly. I mean, I hope that we see more like that. I mean, the Jedi are nice, but it was good to see something without them.
Well,
For the most
Han Solo at least won't have any Jedi, so
Well,
there's that.
who knows? I've heard stupid rumors about. I've heard stupid fan theories about that shit too.
Like what? I haven't heard anything.
Turns out he's a latent Jedi, and that's why he's so lucky and shit.
Okay, no, I've heard that.
I'm just
I
saying.
actually don't mind that. Like he's
I
somehow
know.
like I don't know about Jedi, but like somehow force sensitive. I
Right.
don't mind that, but he doesn't act on it, so it's still different.
That was another thing that kind of I got angry about. It's like, okay, so Leia goes from a princess, which I'm still convinced that that's like a nickname.
Pretty sure that title is gone since Alderaan got
No,
blown up.
I know, but it's like she went from being a princess to being a fucking general.
Well, she was a general in Return of the Jedi.
That's what I'm saying. She's a
Oh,
general,
okay.
though. I'm saying she goes from princess to general, and people are like, yeah, but she didn't have a fucking lightsaber, so she's... Blah, 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 blah. No, she was badass without the Force. What are you
Oh, yeah,
talking about?
definitely.
Fuck that shit. She was badass as hell.
I'm glad
She
Leia
fucking choked
didn't
out
become
one of
a
the
Jedi.
biggest crime lords in the fucking universe with a chain that he put around her like a fucking dog leash.
Dude,
That's
in the-
badass as hell.
In the former expanded universe, he actually does train.
Oh god, don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
get
she
me
does become.
started on
Yeah,
that.
she does become a Jedi in the.
And then their stupid babies learn Jedi stuff too.
I like Jaina and Jason. They were all right characters.
No,
Like, how-
No,
You
no,
fucking hate them?
no.
I don't hate them, but I feel like they, in a world where both Luke, well, all three of them,
I
the
agree
main
that doing the
characters.
twin thing again was bleh.
Okay,
It's
no,
no,
but
it's not
here's-
that. It's just that in a world where, in a universe where every main character is alive, plus with kids, it seems like it's too. It got too hokey for Star Wars. It got too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's what bothered me about it though. So Anakin is like fucking Anakin Solo. Sorry, Anakin Solo is.
Hey,
like
I was about to
Space-
ask which Anakin.
Space
We're talking about all
Jesus
these-
Mark II, right?
Oh my fucking
And
god!
then he dies, and then his sister becomes the good Jedi, and his brother becomes, "Rawr, I'm an evil Sith Lord. Rawr, 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 here."
I didn't
You
really
know,
read
he-
any of the EU stuff post Jedi besides Legacy of the Force, which I
I'm
like.
just saying that a lot of stupid.
But I skipped all the shit of Anakin
A
because I
lot
didn't
of
like.
stupid shit happened, Jordan.
I didn't like
What?
that Star Trek sounding Yuzin Vong shit.
It's
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
It's
I
like
that
I said,
was-
it's like when I think
Go
it
ahead.
was Syke who told me that. When Syke said that, oh, Disney's tearing up the expanded universe, I started cheering. I was happy. I
Yeah,
was happy as hell. I was really, you don't know how happy I was. And the fucking Star Wars nerd fan base were all crying and shit. But what about Boba Fett?
I mean,
He's
Boba
not-
Fett's still alive.
He's not
know what
badass
I-
no more.
See, the
I
thing
do
with
miss-
that is,
Go
I was
ahead.
happy because all the post Jedi stuff was mostly garbage, and like Disney's as of now, they're not touching any of the prequel stuff. They're not touching Knights of the Old Republic, so you can just imagine all that's still canon.
well, they actually did confirm that Old Republic is non-canon.
Well, yeah, they said that like everything,
until they touch it. Until they touch it, you can just.
Well, they did kind of touch it. I don't know if you read the Obi-Wan and Anakin miniseries.
I have not read that yet. Was it good?
That is pretty good.
Okay.
It involves it's mostly about the relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, which we never saw in the prequels, by the way.
Yeah,
Not
that was
to
a problem. That was a problem. To be honest with you, all we got out of the movies was like,
whiny
Anakin,
bitch.
you bumbling fool!
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at me, I'm a cool guy. Whoopity whoopity whoop.
No,
really
Anakin
fixed
was more
it.
like, you can't tell me what to do, you stupid
You're not my
bastard."
real dad. I don't have a dad. So no one tells me what to do. Radical.
Yeah.
See,
So,
What are you?
This is why you gotta watch Clone Wars, because Clone Wars makes them have like an actual friendly relationship, and it makes Anakin an actual character.
I'm just saying that
the movies did not accomplish
the movies
anything.
did not accomplish anything at all. It was sad. It didn't work. It didn't work
Nope.
at all.
Yeah, prequels are something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
you
they-
doing with Knights of the Old Republic in the Anakin and Obi-Wan comic, though?
It takes. What did you ask?
I was like, I was saying Old Republic could still be canon, but
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe. But you know what? I'm glad that they got rid of the Darth Krayt and Kate Skywalker.
oh yeah,
shit.
it was awful.
Oh wait. Oh, are you guys telling me that you didn't like the stories of Luke and Luke Skywalker?
Oh no, that was awful too. But we're talking about like
I
in a
know.
comic series. Oh, you know, okay.
We're talking
I'm
about,
just
like,
saying- I'm just bringing up
That-
more EU
and,
shit to
18
twist.
clone Palpatines.
I'm twisting the knife. Honestly, that's what I'm doing. I'm
18
twisting the
clone
knife.
Palpatines, some wizard dude.
And then Luke goes evil for a little
Yeah.
while for some reason. But
Ruined the
Oh my
then
God.
it turns out he wasn't, and Mara Jade was a agent of the Clone Emperor. But then she falls in love with Luke, and then
I mean, I like Mara Jade. If Rey is Luke's daughter, I hope they make Mara Jade canon.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of people
Well,
are saying.
that's what a lot of people hope, and
That's
it's
what
not
a
going to
lot of
happen.
people are hoping.
I mean, they made Thrawn canon again. So
Yeah,
there's a chance,
but Thrawn
Thrawn was really cool, though.
Jade
no,
is
but
good stuff.
isn't Thrawn a post-Jedi thing?
Yeah,
Yeah. Thrawn, they made him a thing in Rebels.
yeah, I know, and he's been awesome in Rebels so far. They can make her an Inquisitor. They could just say she was an Inquisitor.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, another thing though is that oh shit, where was I gonna go with this?
What's up?
Fuck, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I guess if there was only one casualty of the EU being killed that I'm sad about, Shadows of the Empire.
Only
Was that
one...
the stuff between Empire and Jedi?
That was the one between Empire
You
and
could do
Jedi.
that again.
I know, I just liked reading.
You can
the
make like an
book.
animated movie. That'd be awesome.
Oh man, that'd be fucking cool.
I'm sad about... I'm sad about Darth,
Darth
anything
Brooks?
from... Darth, well... What's that fucker with the mask in the
Revan?
cloak only? Not
Revan?
Vader. Not Revan. No, I like Revan. That's what I miss about him, too. That's what I miss about the Expanded Universe.
See,
I like
I'm
Revan.
thinking we were going to talk about future Star Wars movies you want to see. I think we're going to get Knights of the Old Republic like trilogy.
I demand the Obi-Wan movie.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
same here.
bad.
I
I,
demand it. I don't give a fuck about the Han Solo movie. I really don't give a fuck about the Boba Fett movie. Make the fucking Obi-Wan movie with Ewan
I'm pretty
McGregor
sure they're gonna
right
announce that
now.
this year.
I hope we get Obi-Wan.
Like the fans want it. It'd be easy money for Disney. Ewan McGregor wants it.
He wants in, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that they could come up with a good story for that one, too.
Speaking of Ewan McGregor, he actually did voice one line in The Force
In Force
Awakens.
Awakens.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I
He just
noticed
said-
it. I noticed this the first time I watched it. I was like, "Yo, that's awesome."
But they also spliced in with
Alec.
Alec Guinness.
Yeah, it
Mal-
was half him.
yeah.
And originally it was the guy who voices in Clone Wars and all the
Yeah.
video games. But then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we got Ewan." So have fun in Rebels.
Yeah, I want an Obi-Wan movie. I don't know
gonna-
what they can do with him, but
It'd be fucking
having his
cool.
own
Yeah.
having his own adventures on Tatooine.
Yeah,
That shit's
exactly.
gonna be
Like, that
fucking
show would be
awesome.
cool. Like, how did he go from being...
Obi-Wan, the old
actually,
fifth man.
okay, I don't know. My dad and I were actually talking about this on the way out of Rogue One, and I don't know. You'll probably think it's a dumb idea because it's like me and my dad talking. So you get Icepick and his father's stupid ideas here. Basically, we were thinking that there could be like a bit where it's like Luke's a kid, and like Obi-Wan has to like like save his ass without like letting him know that he's there or some shit.
That's what
he
happens
does-
in the comics.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm just saying that shit would be cool if they did that in the movie, though. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
think they would do that.
That would. I
Yeah.
would be up. I would be totally up for that.
Like,
You read the new Marvel Star Wars comics. They have like occasionally have like stories about Obi-Wan and Tatooine between like the major arcs,
Right.
and they're really cool.
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
they are.
Another
Like,
thing. Oh, go ahead.
They're like little like stories, just like Luke reads in like a journal or something. That's
Yeah,
cool.
one time Obi-Wan actually gives ship parts to Luke, but indirectly. He gives them to Jawas, and then Jawas give it to Luke.
Yeah.
And then, but Owen notices this, and he really gets mad at Obi-Wan for this.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that would be really cool if we saw like. Shit, do you think they could get the actor who played young Owen back?
Oh, 100%.
Joel
What's that guy
Edgerton?
even doing?
Joel,
I mean,
yeah,
think
he's
he'd
been
be up for
actually,
it? Okay.
yeah, he's actually in a lot of really good movies.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good.
Easy
No,
to
I'm just
Okay,
saying
yeah,
that,
they
like,
do.
you think they could get him back for like?
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
Because that'd be
100%.
pretty cool. It's like I'm sure that'd be awesome. Okay, there was one thing I just remembered about Rogue One. I'd like to talk about. It's pointless, but it still made me really happy. Did anyone else notice how Darth Vader's lenses were red?
Yes. I noticed that before the movie came out.
I was
When
just
they
like,
released the first picture. The
Wasn't the
movie
last time
takes
they-
place like 2 seconds before A New Hope, so if his lenses weren't red,
I know.
Like,
I'm just saying that's like.
there'd be some nerd rage right there.
I was just like, and it's like I remember that weren't they like the usual gray or whatever in like
Sith.
and
Yes.
and then I noticed that they used the red ones, and I'm like,
In A New Hope, he has like this weird, like sort of like cloth thing on like his torso, and they had that in Rogue One as well.
exactly.
Yeah, the digital details really good.
It was.
You
great.
know, where Darth Vader's castle was at?
Yeah, it was
Mustafar.
in that place where he got his ass kicked.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
confirmed it was-
god!
Yeah,
I
you didn't
actually,
know that.
I didn't.
That was cool.
I thought it was another planet, but it's actually Mustafar. I was
Yeah.
like, what? When I realized it.
That shit was cool. And I remember someone making a comment about like, "Ha! Who's got the high ground now, Obi-Wan? I built a fucking castle."
Did you guys know that like Empire, they were actually gonna like do a Darth Vader castle on a lava planet? So then now they finally did it. Like
Yes.
as soon as I saw the castle on
Great.
the lava planet, I was like, "Yo, they're using Ralph McQuarrie fucking shit. This
That's
is
cool.
awesome."
That was cool that they did. I like that they gave him his own castle. I was also really glad that the Emperor didn't show up. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
that would have been too much because we had Vader and Tarkin already.
Well, no, I guess the reason why I was glad is because it made him seem more threatening.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, like he's not always involved in everything.
Like he didn't need to be involved at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see Emperor Palpatine again sometime before Ian McDiarmid passes away.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how old he is though. I'm gonna Google it right
I was
now.
really happy to see Jimmy Smith's come back though.
Oh yeah, it was nice too.
That was cool.
That was my dad noticed him, and he was like, he was smiling, not in disbelief, but like,
Yeah.
oh hey, that's pretty cool, you know.
I mean, like I
Ian
said, that was cool.
McDiarmid is 72, so yeah, he can still be Palpatine.
Yeah, he's
James Earl Jones is 85, by the way.
yeah. Well, like I said, I knew that he was close to 90. I didn't
Yeah,
know. I
close.
didn't think he was actually in his 90s, but
That's gonna
figured that he
be
was
that's
at
gonna be
least
really
close.
sad. when
Yeah,
he passes.
it's
Because
gonna
he's
be
not
sad
only
when-
Darth Vader, he's Mufasa, he's the guy in Field of Dreams, he was in Coming to America, he's a ton of great movies.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, he was in Doctor Strangelove.
Have not seen Doctor Strangelove.
You should.
I know it's a
That's all-
classic movie.
That's all I need. That's all I need to say. It's one of the funniest movies ever
Hey,
made.
I never seen Casablanca. So
I've
don't
never
know.
seen that either. So I mean, I don't feel. I mean, you and me both, man. I
I
The
never
just
end
know
of
all
the
the
movie
jokes.
basically stops in like 1970.
I've seen. Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I've seen
beyond
a
that,
lot. I've
yeah.
seen a lot of. I mean, I wouldn't say I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen some movies. I saw all the old Universal Frankensteins. I saw Citizen Kane.
Honestly,
I
I
haven't
am
seen that.
interested in the old Universal monster movies because I love those monsters so much. I just don't know if they hold up as movies for me.
Well,
It
Jordan,
depends on
you're
what
in
you're-
luck.
Go ahead.
You're in luck, Jordan.
Reboot?
They're making a fucking
Yeah,
cinematic
cinematic
universe
Don't even.
with
The Mummy?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, the Mummy looks. That trailer looks alright. I don't like the original 90s Mummy.
What? You
Whoa.
fuckface!
I've told you guys.
Okay, this is a
It's
sore
bad.
point for Psych.
No,
I know.
you cannot dislike
I like
the
the
Brendan
movie too. I'm
Fraser
just
movie.
I was told, I was hearing that they were in like Indiana Jones, and I love me some Indiana Jones. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna see me some not Indiana Jones, but it's still good. It wasn't Indiana Jones.
It wasn't any. It's
It was
not
boring.
Who told you?
People
Who told-
online, like whenever I hear people talking about the Mummy, they compare it to Indy. I'm like, all right, this could be a good movie.
It's its own thing. It's its
I was
own
like,
thing. It's ahead of its
disappointed.
time. Go ahead. Sorry.
I haven't seen it in years. I only watched it once because I was disappointed the first time. Maybe I could give it another go around, but
Just
not a
think
fan
of
of
it as its own thing because it's a '90s movie. It's a
I did try to judge it as its own thing, of course. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be exactly like Indiana Jones. I wanted like sort of the tone and like the fun action and stuff, but didn't really get into it.
man. You actually liked the new trailer though.
I mean, I didn't think it was awful. I was like, it has potential.
It was awful, dude. You heard Tom Cruise's scream.
Oh, I heard the double screen. That's awful. Did you guys see that trailer AMC or something uploaded IMAX where like it had no music?
Yeah, I saw that one.
God.
Can the whole movie be like that?
I want
It's
the
an
movie to be like that.
experimental indie art house movie now.
I guess the only thing I thought was cool about the new Mummy movie is that I'm surprised that they're making the Mummy into a girl or
Yeah,
woman.
like
That's interesting. I mean, I think that's
is there a
cool.
term for Egyptian like queens?
It was. I mean, yeah, that
Besides
was
Pharaoh?
something
I'm
that
pretty sure
happened.
no, I'm pretty sure Pharaoh is like guy. Is there like a term like that for women?
That was actually probably.
We're still talking about Rogue One, guys.
Okay,
Don't
right,
worry.
right, 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 right.
There is
Sorry.
an Egyptian Pharaoh in Rogue One, dude. You just didn't see her. It was before the movie started, actually. The Guardians of the Galaxy were in the movie too, in Spider-Man.
I guess we can wrap this up, huh?
Yeah.
I don't have that much
I'm
more to
sorry,
say about
I wasn't even listening there.
I don't have that much more to say about Rogue One. It's a pretty basic movie.
Yeah, that's
Like it wasn't awful, so I can't rant about it that much. But it
No,
wasn't really
yeah,
great,
it
so I
wasn't
can't
bad.
rave about it.
I just
wasn't
thought it
bad.
was an enjoyable romp, honestly.
I
It's
had
just-
fun with it, but it had its flaws.
yeah,
I can agree with that. Like I said,
yeah.
Cassian is the worst.
And Jin was the most disappointing character because I want her action figures, but she's so boring I can't justify it. Because she has a really cool like costume design. So I'm like, why can't you be a fun character?
Saw Gerrera. It was the most useless character in the movie.
It's like, I will not run because reasons.
Hey, hide in this hole. 20 years later.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're still
I've got
there.
this hologram from your dad. Bye.
They did not give him an actual reason to die. Like maybe he could have tripped or something. Like he could have tried running and then he
I
tripped.
thought
and
the
he's
whole
like,
point. I thought that what they were trying to make a point of was that he was like crippled or something.
he was, but I think he still could have like tried running.
Like it looked like whenever he was walking, it was like did he have robot legs?
I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
did.
I know
was
he had,
under
like,
the
this
impression
weird, like-
that he had robot legs, and it looked
He had
like
this
they were
boot,
just
like Darth Vader breathing machine.
they were like junked up, and like every time he walked, it'd be like clink, clink, clink.
Oh,
like,
he had one robot leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, fair enough then. His robot legs looked like it had fallen apart.
Well, the thing is, though, I thought you were gonna say, I thought you were gonna say they were trying to make him a martyr. I was like, nobody even cared that he
no one liked
died. Yeah, nobody cared that he died, and most of all, not even Jin Urso cared that he died. She didn't show any emotion.
That was
after
weird.
really have any emotion.
She
No
didn't
one
show emotion throughout most of the movie.
The only time she had emotion was when her dad died.
And then that was like, what, 5 minutes?
yeah.
Yeah,
She's
no,
very
not
emotionless,
probably,
and I think that's probably the biggest fault with her character.
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Cassian had more emotion.
But the problem with that, though, was that it wasn't that wasn't Felicity
Yeah, it's the
Jones'
script.
fault. It was because there were no... What was she supposed to say to show off her emotion?
I will have to admit, I was really like jarred when like she made that epic speech to the rebellion. I was like, where did this come from?
Rebellions are built on...
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
where did
where did
you
that
get
come
this
from,
girl?
huh?
But where did that come from?
yeah.
You've been quiet this whole movie. You said two things, and now you're doing this big speech?
Well, the thing is, I agree with you when she showed emotion. That was when her dad died, but when her dad was next to her, not when she was arguing with Cassian. It
Yeah.
was weird. Like when Cassian argued with her, he showed emotion, even though he's a
Yeah,
terrible
she did.
character. And yeah,
He was not a character. I'm not even going to give him a character. I'm not even going to refer to him as a character. He was
I
a
don't.
body.
I don't think anyone likes casting because the Target I work at, the Star Wars aisle, is just all casting figures.
Jesus Christ.
He's just fucking wall-to-wall casting. No one wants the motherfucker.
I don't
Yeah.
want him. It's,
I don't want him either.
I want the fucking... Wait, do they make, like, those giant figures anymore?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they're making
I
one
wa-
for K2S.
I want a giant K2S.
Yes,
So I want
actually,
that
they do
shit.
have that out.
I want that shit. I want that so I can sleep with it like it's a teddy bear. That's how much I love K2S.
Just get a K2S body pillow, dude.
Exactly.
They were actually working on. They were actually going to put an astromech on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Imperial Astromech.
Really?
I saw the promos. I'm pretty sure it was just gonna be like something the Imperials had, not like a rebel character.
But he showed up in no scenes at all. He didn't even. He wasn't even.
Yeah, I think that he must have been like in 2 scenes as like a bad guy, and they cut him out or something.
Yeah.
They did that in Force Awakens too. They had this guy like he looked like he was supposed to be like a cop on Jakku, and they made like 1 million figures of him, and then they cut him out of the movie, and his figures just sat on the shelf until he went on clearance.
Of course, I mean...
His name was I forgot his name. Never mind.
Yeah, that's how. Remember,
His name was... I forget.
He looked cool though. Like he had like a really cool design.
Yes, and that did used to sell action figures back in the day, but for some reason kids these days don't just buy action figures because they look cool. Because I remember when I was a kid, we had Beast Wars, right?
Yes.
Remember
I
Beast
love
Wars?
Beast Wars, yeah. I
And
love
like it only had like 12 characters on the show, but they had like a fucking billion action figures. And you want to know which action figures I bought? Only ones that weren't in the fucking show, because they looked cool.
Yeah.
That's why Star Wars is fucking characters are so insane. Like every background character has a story just because they look cool.
Exactly. And
Every character in the cantina has a name.
I went to Target like the week after Christmas, and I noticed that a lot of action figures were missing on the Power Rangers section. But you know who didn't sell the most? The Pink Ranger. Even the Yellow Ranger was sold out. I'm like,
pink's
what?
a Plum color.
hey, I like the Yellow Ranger.
Oh, I know. I'm just like
I think
really.
you're just saying because they're both girls, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, they were the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like limited edition kind of
maybe
bullshit.
it's because the Pink Ranger didn't really do much.
Nobody. I mean, it's a silly ass show.
I know, it's a
Yeah.
silly ass show.
I don't watch Power Rangers, so I can't contribute.
You're this was before your time, kiddo.
I mean, they had Power Rangers.
Yeah,
when I
but
was-
they didn't have the Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, they didn't have
so
Mighty
those are the only ones that matter. I'm sorry, I'm messing with you.
Are you gonna see that new movie?
No interest.
Fuck no.
No interest.
No.
Like I said, I don't have any nostalgia for Power Rangers, so I don't care.
I have nostalgia for Power Rangers, and that's why I'm not going to see it. So,
Yeah, same.
I think taking Power Rangers seriously is like really weird to me.
it's not that I'm taking it. Wait.
No, not you.
Oh,
I
the
meant like
movie
the actual.
itself. Well,
the
they did the
hardcore
same
Power
shit
Rangers
with
thing.
the Transformers movies, and it's like no one looked right, and the
Oh, yeah.
movies focused on the human
they were
character.
just
Because
shit
that's why
with-
I watched. Because that's why everyone watched the Transformers, because they wanted to see some kid try to fall in love with Megan Fox and jerk,
yeah, I
and
completely
lie
agree with that
about
logic,
not
like-
jerking off with his parents. Great, yes.
No one goes to those movies to see fucking the humans. They want to see the fucking Optimus Prime and Bumblebee.
And the worst part about it is that the movies are majority just.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking who cares?
I don't understand that thing about Hollywood where they're like, oh, no one would care about a robot character, even though
But-
that's the reason this franchise exists.
Well, the Transformers movies though is like they shoved the human characters up our ass, but once we see the fucking robots, like, oh wait, who's
Everything
fighting who?
looks the same.
Yeah, they all look
and
the same.
everything's just
The only
a jumble
the
of
only ones
parts.
you know are Optimus and Bumblebee.
Yeah, because they have it's
Did you guys
yellow.
Yellow
Any of
and
them?
blue.
Yeah,
Did you watch any of them besides the first two?
I only watched the first.
I
one.
watched the first three.
I would not.
I don't
watch
mind the first one. It's like a guilty pleasure movie for me, low key.
the first.
The second one is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Though.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
that what I got out of the first one, I'm like,
It killed his childhood, Jordan.
no. I mean, in reality, it was more like. Then I heard about what happened in the second one, and I'm like, God, does it just fall
It's
down? From,
awful.
Does
It's
it go?
awful.
Does it all just go downhill from here? Really?
Yeah, it does.
It is-
And I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is
It's
all
no
I
cons-
needed.
It's no consolation, but the third one is better than the second one. But that's
I heard
nothing.
about that because the second one, it was written by no one.
Second one was fucking garbage.
It was
second one
made
was the
during
worst
the
block-
writer's strike.
The second
It
one was the
shows.
worst blockbuster I've seen until Batman vs Superman.
Oh, don't get me started on that,
God,
man.
don't give me. I got I got fucking angry at that ending.
Oh, I did too.
Fucking
It's
angry
the
at
only
that
movie I've ever seen where I was judging the movie like critically while I was watching. Like I did
just-
not pay attention to that movie. I didn't get into that movie like I do most movies. I just sit in there judging every aspect of that fucking movie.
I just remember that, like, Psych had us watch it on a movie night, basically. You know, he did a
You're
movie
lucky
night.
you didn't see it in theaters.
Okay, but hear me out here. I just remember, like, okay, they were at his funeral, right? And I was just like, I'm saying out loud, okay, movie, if you keep him dead, we'll just call it even. We'll all just go home. We'll all just, you know, live our lives. Just please leave him dead. And then the coffin shakes, and I start screaming.
And the dirt lifts up.
The dirt lifts up.
Because that's
and I'm
well,
just
that's
like,
one of Superman's powers. He lifts up dirt.
I'm just so... Should have just fucking left him dead.
You know,
That movie is a complete rape of Superman's character. Like people bitch about fucking. I'm a huge Deadpool fan. He's my favorite character. What they did to Superman, Batman vs Superman was worse than Barakapool.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, and Superman's not even like my favorite DC character, but I really love like the goofy, like wholehearted American like character that he
Well, that's
normally
the thing
is.
about Superman that I noticed. I used to hate Superman when I was a kid because I'm like, oh, he got all the powers.
He's a boy. I love Boy Scouts.
No, but no,
like-
I understand. It's like I didn't actually see his character because everything I'd read about Superman at that point was bad. It was not good. You need to be talented to write for Superman.
Yo, definitely.
And when
He's
he's written
good
well, he's written very well. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's an
actually
amazing
being
character.
written
You ever-
really well right now.
oh, sorry.
But Jordan, I was about to say I saw the movie in theaters, and when I came out of the movie theater, I was exhausted physically
From all the yelling.
from Batman v Superman.
Because the whole movie was exposition. No one spoke not in exposition.
Yeah, that's true.
Slash Batman vs Superman review.
Okay, the second worst part of that movie, and this will be the last thing I say on the subject. You guys can keep talking, but this will be the last thing I say. The second worst part of the movie is where fucking Lois Lane takes the kryptonite sphere and throws it into the pool of water, and then she's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go get this back."
Like,
so
it's
she
like she walks
swims
up the-
into the water.
She walks out the door, she sees Doomsday, and she like it's like the Simpsons episode where Grandpa's going to the club. He sees Bart and instantly walks around.
Just runs away. Is your name Doomsday? Yes. What are you doing here? I'm just... It's just so infuriating. It was so stupid.
The worst scene in the movie to me was the court scene where like everyone around Superman dies. Like
Right.
normal Superman, like he would know everyone's dead, but he would try to find a survivor because he believes there's hope. This one just sits there pouting. I
No,
was like,
well, Jordan, he doesn't sit there. He's floating and crying.
Like, the real
All
Super-
these poor little humans.
the real Superman would know everyone's dead, but he would have hope in like maybe someone survived. Maybe he would try to look.
Or like he would... It's like the second he realized what was going to happen, he would have tried to save
Yeah, or
someone.
yeah,
But in
like-
this one, he's just like, oh shit. Okay, I'm looking at, like, I'm just watching, like, a soundless trailer of Star Wars Rebels, and I have to make a comment about just what I'm noticing about modern material in general. A lot of people like using, Mothra?
Mothra.
Mothra?
Mothra, yeah.
Oh, it is Mothra?
No, it's
No,
not, but it's Mothma.
Mothma. Oh, okay, now I see the problem. They like using her a lot, don't
Well,
they?
she is the leader of the rebels.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, I
she's
had
the
no
leader.
idea.
That's why they use her so much.
She that's the same actress. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys noticed, but she
Sith.
was in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
They
noticed.
had a bunch of like they had a deleted story arc where like Padme was like she like sort of planted the seeds for the rebels with Mothma, Bale, and some other people.
Yeah.
Just saying that's really cool that they
Yeah,
that she keeps on showing up. I'm just like a little surprised by it, really.
Yeah.
she's always been the leader, even in the old EU.
Oh, okay, cool. I had no idea. I guess that explains why she. I have
She's
to admit,
everywhere.
what always weirded me out about her was that, like, you ever notice how she's just like wearing a nice white dress?
Yeah, she wakes up, she's like, all right, time to lead the rebellion.
It's like, oh, I'll just need to spend about an hour getting ready, and then let's lead this rebellion. And it's just,
She spends it on her makeup. Oh,
Fucking
I didn't
weird.
put on clothes again.
whoops. I'll need another 30 minutes to put on this nice dress.
But the Empire's attacking us already, so Gotta choose and pick your battles.
I have to look my best. It's the most important thing. I just always thought that was because she got like fucking nice ass jewelry on. She's not dressed like the leader of a rebellion. She's dressed like a dowager, I guess. Is that
she
a
was
thing?
a senator.
Okay, senator. Fair enough.
Yeah,
She just is like fucking the goofy shit Padme dressed up in.
Right.
I mean, but Padme had like fucking millions of outfits, where Mon Mothma has one.
Carrie Fisher made a joke about
Mon
that.
Mothma has only one dress. This was all I was able to take when I got exiled.
She has it in everything too. Like,
It's my most precious. It's my most precious.
I guess it's because
possession.
like maybe Lucasfilm doesn't think people would recognize her if she's not in that fucking costume.
Just think it's weird that that's what they decided to go with on her design. I mean, it's cool that, like I said, I like that she keeps on showing up, but it's just weird to me. Okay, so
actually,
go ahead.
Here's one more topic about Red One.
All right,
What did you think about all like the new stormtroopers and shit, like the Death Troopers and the Scarab Troopers? Because
I like them.
yeah, a lot of people go, "Oh, well, weren't they in the original trilogy?" And it's like, it's a big galactic war. Not everything. The Empire's not going to send.
I mean,
all fucking troops
where did
into
snow
Hoth.
troopers come
Yeah.
from? Where did sand troopers come from?
Scout
where did
troopers.
the scout troopers come? Where did all their
drivers.
asses? Yeah, exactly. Where did the TIE fighter pilots
Like,
come from?
Maybe they were fighting rebels on different fronts that weren't in the movies. Like,
Exactly.
it's not like the movies were the only battles happening.
Exactly, and that's.
I hate
that's
that
what I'm
logic. It's
fine-
like
I'm fine with
very
that.
limited in scope.
I'm totally fine with what they did with that. I have no.
Also, the Scarab Troopers are really fucking good to suck. Like the ones on the beach.
Right.
Cock.
Like I said, I have no issues with this. I have no issues with the fact that there were new. I liked the designs on the new ones, and I actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I understand why they didn't show up in anything else. Where were we in any circumstances where you would have needed like kill like these were elite soldiers, right? These
Yeah.
were like the ones who were going to like kill everyone, right?
Yeah.
Where in the trilogy would you have needed that where they would have been able to fit in?
Maybe indoor, but that was a surprise attack.
That
so
was
they wouldn't have
that
had
was
them.
like a jungle moon though. How would the guy dressed for sand and dressed in black
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
on there?
Yeah, it's not like the Empire was like, oh, there's Ewoks. Better send them to Death
Yeah,
Troopers.
we'd better send these cuddly ass teddy
I mean,
bear
to be
midgets
fair,
are going to kill.
They should have. In
I mean,
hindsight, they should
should
have.
but they didn't because you know.
I mean, they didn't expect that these fucking furballs were gonna topple
I
the
mean, if I
insulation.
were to see that, I'd feel more like instead of bringing the death people, I should be bringing a recording of the teddy bear's picnic. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. Maybe I'm alone.
I'd bring the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack personally.
Yeah.
Spiral Mountain.
If you go into the woods today. So yeah, any other thoughts on Rogue One and Star Wars in general?
I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on Star Wars in general.
I can talk about Star Wars for
Well,
hours.
okay, Disney Star Wars in general.
I can talk about Disney Star Wars. In
Okay, then,
We better cut him off before he gets too hyper.
Let's go
I
10-hour podcast.
yeah, alright, so,
I'll talk about my plans for the book then.
Jordan, I think this was a good first go. We'll have to have
Yeah.
you on again. at some
Yeah, I will
point.
definitely join more.
Okay, great. So,
Yes. Thank you, Jordan.
Podcast. It's gonna be Jordan Cast.
Yeah, Jordan. Okay, so, until next time, I've been Professor Icepick.
PsychBat.
And just Jordan. I don't know.
Yeah. Hal Jordan. That's your cool
Yeah,
name.
Hal Jordan.
Okay, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.